spent in a miserable way.
Trump calls for late-term abortion bill, citing Virginia government. Northams President Donald Trump on Tuesday called for legislation that would prohibit late-term abortions, citing controversial comments recently made by the embattled Virginia government. Ralph Northams, too. The president's call for Congress to take up new legislation comes nearly a week after Northam was accused of promoting infanticide by Republican critics. The accusation, Trump cited this. The vast majority of states ban abortions after a certain point of a pregnancy, a research and policy organization. 17 states, the Centers for Disease Control have found that virtually all U.S. abortions occur within 13 weeks of gestation and 2/3 of abortions occur within 8 weeks. About 1%. Northam landed in hot water last week while defending a Virginia law that would lower barriers for third-term abortions in the state. The law would allow, Northam's spokeswoman, Afia O'Haskell, clarified that his comments referred only to a situation in which a woman with ovible. She said the governor has. Trump also cited a New York law signed by Governor Andrew Cuomo's lawmakers. In a tweet posted moments after Trump's comments, the Planned Parenthood of New York City Action Fund called the president's claim ridiculous. And Cuomo, a Democrat and frequent Trump antagonist, vowed to fight the president's plan, citing the landmark abortion ruling Roe v. Wade. Never, the governor tweeted. The U.S. Supreme Court is whether to grant an emergency stay of a Louisiana abortion law that activists have said would limit the state to a single doctor performing the procedure. Observers have said that if the court decides to allow the law to take effect, it will signal a weakening of Roe's prohibitions on laws that restrict abortion access. In 2000, the Louisiana law, which requires abortion doctors to have admitting privileges at a hospital within 30 miles of their clinic, was scheduled to go into effect on Monday, but Justice Samuel Alito temporarily halted it until Thursday, allowing the court more time to review the matter. Justices Brett Kavanaugh and Neil Gorsuch, two of the four justices present during the president's remarks on Tuesday, are expected to be the key votes in the case. Neither of the two met. The justices, in line with tradition, sat stoically while Trump made his remarks on abortion, as Republicans in the chamber cheered and stood. Dozens of Democrats share this video. Got a confidential news tip? We want to hear from you. Sign up for free newsletters and get more CNBC delivered to your inbox. Get this delivered to your inbox, and more info about our products and services. Copyright 2019 CNBC LLC. All rights reserved. Data is a real-time snapshot. Data is delayed at least 15 minutes. Global business data also provided by. Your browser is not supported. The requested video is unable to play. The video does not exist in the system. We're not able to play this video if an ad blocker is enabled. Please disable your ad blocker on CNBC and reload the page to start the video.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. I keep fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up.